Just check. Slides working? Okay, great. Hi everybody. Cool. Stand over here. Thank you. Okay, cool. Cool, good to be here. First time in Finland. Thanks very much to Heikki for inviting us from DMXco last year. Rich Cheary, I'm the CEO and founder, trail runner and digital innovator of publisher Toolbox. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a story, take you through a journey. It's not really a pitch if that's okay. And ultimately this conversation is how we as a business built a whole lot of software products to help publishers and brands establish a sustainable content ecosystem. So when I think of this, the platforms that jump to our minds, and I'd love to know if there are any more that jumped into your minds, it's around the digital first CMS, digital asset management, on the production side of things, on the consumption side of things, it's the native mobile apps, innovative web tools, such as Lakey, I guess, and also mobile reporting tools from an operational efficiency perspective, and video streaming as another point of layer to consume content, and ultimately augmented reality as to how one can actually bridge the gap between the physical and the digital. So these are the products that we developed to sustain a content ecosystem. It's the Baobab Suite platform, which I'll take you through a little bit later, BiblioDam, Mojo Reporter, Baobab Web Suite, Imagino, Mobile App Suite, and Augmenta. This is all homegrown technology out of our development environment, and very recently they've all been given a name, they've been given a business model, they've got a roadmap, and they've got an identity, and behind them is each a commercial model as well. So digital content, it's quite simple, but let's just really just get it out there. We're talking about videos, images, audio, PDFs, and ultimately the article that wraps all this multimedia together is what we're talking about. So what defines a sustainable digital ecosystem? It's the efficient content production and consumption processes, accessibility to one's content archives. We've seen archives sitting on drives, we've seen them on flash disks, other servers or other systems. It's how do you access those archives, and the ability to search, find and reuse that content from an operational efficiency perspective. And ultimately it's very dependent on how your content is structured and its storage and the capability that you have to publish or stream that content down multiple avenues and channels. And let's not forget that those that are consuming the content that you're creating, there is a community behind that, and how do we open up the gates for that community to contribute back into your ecosystem. So our journey began in 2010 on the slopes of Table Mountain. That's where our development capability is. And it was quite an interesting time. It was just before the first iPad was being launched. It was a big rush for all publishers to get their edition periodicals onto the tablets, onto devices, and all we could really work with at that point in time was a PDF file. And so we had a nice relationship with Media 24, and we built the equivalent of what in Europe and the US you would know as Zinnia. It was a kiosk newsstand platform, had a subscription model behind it, had a level of entitlement, and it really tickled our fancy, if you like, for software engineers that have been writing a lot of banking systems, retail and medical systems, that publishing was something we really wanted to focus on. If you think about the publishing space, it's got everything. It's got not only good effective management of content, multimedia, fancy new devices that were getting put into people's hands, performance, optimization, usability, customer profile, transaction side of things, and analytics. It really had everything that we wanted to put all of our energy into, and so we decided to continue and focus. After we wrote that platform and enjoyed it and decided to dedicate our time to it, we found ourselves traveling to London. It was all exciting, put on a suit, had some cufflinks, some shiny shoes, and won an account with the Telegraph Media Group. So we walked a 2.5, 3-year journey with them. So at the time when iPad synchronization of content to the devices from the cloud was something that everyone was battling with. And we built a really cool relationship with them and built their iPad application. The Kindle Fire, Windows 8 was a tablet that everyone was aiming towards as well. And don't forget the Kindle e-ink capabilities as well. So we integrated into the run-of-print system. We're able to get the run-of-print digital content down to its smallest level, and we're able to then distribute that really nicely across the mobile platforms and never missed a heartbeat with the Daily Telegraph. So out of those two major accounts, we gave names to our products. Our first two products, which is the Baobab Suite. At that stage, it was a content redistribution platform that also had a level of entitlement and subscriptions behind it. It was integration into the stores with the challenges that we all faced at that point in time. How do you take an anonymous subscription off the iOS platform and ensure that a subscriber, should they access that content on TV, Android devices, Windows 8 platforms, and web, could make sure that they had that single holistic view of all their digital subscriptions. And then mobile apps. We've really simplified the mobile app space. It's a nice white labelable platform. It's highly configurable. It's very modular in its capabilities. You might just want to have a free content play with adverts. You might want to have a registration model. You might want to have user-generated content as well as augmented reality built into the application. So that's where the mobile app suite and the Baobab Suite platform played very nicely together. After that, and surviving 4 CIO changes at the Telegraph, they couldn't understand that there was this small development team in Cape Town responsible for the crown jewels. And sadly, we did move on, but that's the nature of software and relationships at play. And we learned a lot from that. And we were called back to Cape Town, South Africa, for a really nice opportunity with the Independent Media Group. Now, this is Africa's largest print media group at the time. It had 34 newspapers, regional, national, and 20 community newspapers as well, which I don't have here, and only one website. And the entire server was running off your classic data center, piece of hardware, piece of tin, and everyone was working off rich client editorial platforms. Today, after a 4-year relationship, everything is in Amazon's cloud. We've got 800 editorial staff logging onto Baobab Suite, which is now a fully fledged digital first CMS platform as well. And we've got all the syndication coming through that. Now we're dealing with editorial teams distributed across the country. Very important that all their digital assets are on a single digital asset management platform. And that's in the cloud. It's all wrapped in a very nice elastic search capability, of which you can get your images, your videos, your PDF archives as well, and also the posts. So it's very important for this group that they can share files, they can reuse, they can clone, they can copy and republish content very effectively. They now have 45 websites under management and up to 90 apps. Video streaming, we looked at a couple of platforms as well, and it really broke the bank for a media group like this that doesn't have necessarily the audience like you guys in Europe and the US have from a commercialization perspective. So we built another platform to handle all the video streaming. Out of that account, over a 3-4 year journey, these are the products that have now got names and they're in the market. Mojo Reporter, this is our very nice, exciting new one. It's one of our babies. And mobile journalism is out there. It's nothing new, but what we try to do is really help standardize and bring a level of consistency and security and how that content is captured out in the field, sent through to a centralized repository, and at the same time facilitates collaboration and communication amongst a team of journalists out there in the field. And also a plugin set for mainly looking at the WordPress environments to really bring a level of enterprisation, not only from a hosting perspective, but a search capability, a payment gateway, an entitlement module, and let's not forget the mobile web. Progressive Web App is now the latest technology at the moment, and we've recently just launched our Publisher Toolbox PWA plugin. It's for free in the WordPress store. If anybody's got a WordPress site, I encourage you to please download that and give that a go. Talking about the video streaming, we make very much extensive use of Amazon services. We have the largest Amazon account under management across the African continent. And not only is it a branded player, monetization capabilities thereof, and also very much the heavy lifting of transcoding. You capture video out in the field, we take it on board, we do the heavy lifting for you, we can process that through and monetize that video for you. WDAM, I've spoken quite extensively around that digital asset management, that single search capability across all your assets, and looking into the metadata as well as how that asset is associated with any articles that you publish on print, web or app, I guess, and making sure that you can draw some association to that asset. Augmented reality, it's not new, it's been around for ages, thanks to Pokemon Go. got a little bit more, got ignited. And we looked at all the players in the market, and we battled to create some campaigns ourselves in our own studio. So we thought there's got to be a simpler way of getting this right, especially putting it into the hands of journalists and editors, and also advertising teams and marketing teams. So we created Augmenta. You can go to augmenta.org now today. You can create your own campaign. It's pretty simple. Put an image up there, put a response media, and the call to actions that you want after the fact. It's a white labelable solution. You can have it totally a single scanning solution across all your titles per se, or all your brands. Alternatively, there's an in-app module that we can provide so that you can leverage the existing capabilities of your mobile apps that are already out there. Sorry, these are videos that I just won't play yet. They're online if you want to see them. Yeah, so conscious of time, that's the Publisher Toolbox. Each of these products, they can exist independently with each other. We love integration. They can integrate with existing platforms. We architect them accordingly. But at the same time, Publisher Toolbox can really be dropped and white labeled and configured, and you can have a media group, ecosystem that can rival the world's leading media organizations in a box. I think that's it, everybody. We work with magazines, newspapers, brands. A couple of schools are here as well, radio stations and broadcasting. So content is content. It's one of the days of just print. Digital content is really everybody's, if you like, bread and butter these days. And it's about how efficiently you can create that content, manage that content, publish that content for your brands, fans, or your customers and subscribers to consume. So it's been an interesting journey. We've enjoyed ourselves, and we're now based in the UK as well, and very much still self-funded, bootstrapped off the relationships that we built with our publishers. But it's now the time for us to scale. They've got names, they've got identities, and they've got a mission to be played in the ecosystem. So please keep in contact with me. I've got a couple of hard brochures if you want to take some print. Print is still alive, and it is augmented, and the brochure can come alive with a simple scanning of an app. So that's it. Thank you very much, and yeah, I hope you have fun tonight. Those questions.
Thank you. Yes, just quickly, when looking at your current customers, do you have anyone in the Nordics already?
No, it's my first time to the Nordics actually.
Okay.
So I did not want to miss this opportunity.
Yes.
So very nice, friendly people, clean cities, and yeah, it's very nice to be here. And thank you all very much for speaking great English.
Thank you. Anyone questions? I mean, if you're too shy, of course, you soon can make it ring, and then you can ask. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
So, long day, not over yet, but still very long already. We now